John Morrison!
Does this work? Okay, one thing. I am not a comedian. Okay, my brother asked me to come here as a dare. I decided to do it. My mother's here, my brother's here, and I want to make you guys happy. Please give me your attention, and let me do my thing. Now, my name is John Morrison. I'm 51 years old. I'm married for 15 years to my wife Deborah, who couldn't be here because she didn't want all this stress. I'll tell you one thing. I have a very stressful job. I'm a cab driver. And being a cab driver is sort of like having rental property. Certain rules. Rental property, you don't rent to your friends or your relatives. And in my cab, I don't pick up my people. I just don't. And I'll tell you why. I know this guy's sitting there going, I know, like, he was passed me last week when I was on the street. But I will tell you why. Every time I pick up my people in my cab, there's always some drama. Okay? Now, I'm going down the road on South Side on Saturday, see a brother, flags me down, pick him up. I say, hey man, want to run, no problem. He says, thanks man, because the white guy's going to pick up the brother. I say, no problem, have a seat. The second he sits down, he says, man, why is the meter already say 350? I just got in. I said, look man, you know, this is the way the meter is, nothing personal. Then he says, no man, tell me how this really works, okay? Does it go by speed? Does it go by distance? Does it go stop? If you don't go, how does it go, man? I gotta know. I say, man, look, I only control the car, I don't control the meter. So what he does, he gets on the phone with his friend. He says, man, this guy in the phone, this guy here in the cab, man, it's already $7, dog. Wait a minute, $7.50. Goddamn, it's $8. So realize, certain people just don't want to take a taxi. Now, one thing you gotta understand, a taxi is an item of luxury. You can always walk. Okay? You can't pay for it. So basically what happens is, people get in the cab and they just expect me to just give them a free ride. I can't do that. I gotta pay big leases. My wife, she goes shopping every single day. So, what happens is, last week there was a couple in my cab that were a family of black people like myself, driving in the cab, we were going, there was no problem. They got over the initial shock of the meter. We're driving along. And all of a sudden what happens is, we hit traffic. And we're stuck there for about 15 minutes. And they're going, what's up, man? It's $10. What's up, man? It's $12. We're not moving, man. The meter keeps moving. What's going on? And I go, oh, Lord. I know one thing. I'm not getting the tip. Okay. So we're sitting there. All of a sudden, the daughter says to her mother, she says, Mom, I am so sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen. No, please forgive me. I didn't know it was going to happen. I'm going to kill you. You're just going to want you to pay for the cab ride. So anyway, finally I hear the sound in the back of the cab. It's like a language, and I like language. I can speak a little bit of French, a little bit of Italian. But the sound I hear out of my cab says, turn the meter off. Turn the meter off. Turn the meter off. I turned around and the meter saying, turn the meter off. Turn the meter off. I go, oh, turn the meter off. Okay, I turned it off. They throw me $10 and rush out. And I go, well, you know what? At least the family stuck together. Okay? Now, one thing about family, I grew up in a large family. My mother's here, she knows this. I was one of 8 kids growing up. My mother actually had 5 kids before she was married. Okay? Now, one thing about my mom is that my mother is very fertile. She's very fertile. As a matter of fact, my older brother is only 2 weeks older than me. She's very fertile. So, what happens is, because she had all these kids and she was by herself for the first time, she had to work hard to make ends meet. And when she couldn't, she was very crafty. For example, on the first Christmas I remember, she didn't have any money, and so she used her wits. On Christmas Eve, she gave us all sleeping pills. For 3 days we slept. We woke up and said, what happened? She said, y'all missed it. Same us are done. Maybe next year. But you know what? We had a lot of fun. We had love in the family, but not a lot of items. We had furniture, we had some appliances. But the one thing we didn't have was a family portrait. Because every time we went to take a picture, when the guy yelled cheese, everybody got in line. We were all so hungry. she gave him 3 kids, like almost immediately, right? And she gave him 3 kids, and he was able to give these 3 kids what she couldn't give us. Good hair. Now, also, she gave them half a chance to not be stopped by the police because they fit the description. You know how that works. So anyway, it worked out pretty well for us. My stepfather was actually a French-Canadian guy. When he first arrived in America, he couldn't speak anything but French. And so we understood the word that he was saying. But after a while, he understood what was going on. But he couldn't understand one thing. Why all these goddamn kids were calling my mother by her first name. See, we told him that we were nieces and nephews. By the time he figured it out, it was too late. They're already married. You know what though? It worked out well for us because looking back, I realized that he received an automatic family and she received a live-in credit check. Thank you.